In today's video, I'm going to be introducing my new girlfriend, and we are going to be answering some questions that you left for us in the comment section. We went through it together and wrote them down, so we are going to...
I wrote them down. We didn't go through it together.
Excuse me?
I went through it.
I'm doing an intro? Just kidding. Okay. Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you guys to my new girlfriend, and we are going to be answering questions that you left for us in my previous video in the comments. We went through them and there was a lot of good questions, so we wrote down some of the top ones or ones that stood out to us, and we are going to be answering them for you today. So without further ado, let's do this. YouTube. Meet my girlfriend, Amanda.
I was going to come in from the side and it was going to be really funny. Just like...
She wanted to do something really funny. Like a funny, weird intro. Like that. But, yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. So how do you want to start it?
Just want to answer the questions together? Or like you answer it and then I answer it?
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'll read it and then you answer first.
Okay.
All right, so we got a little index card right here. How do we meet?
We met on Hinge, a dating app. I was actually the one that, I think I liked or commented on one of your pictures.
You reached out.
First, yeah, I reached out.
She initiated.
And so I was scrolling through his page and I was like, oh, he's cute, but the wheelchair thing got me because I was like, I can't date someone in a wheelchair. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. But then I also kind of thought about it, if he weren't in a wheelchair, would I still want to date him? And yes. So I was like, let's just go for it. Let's see what happens.
So what stood out? What made you send the first message?
So one, I thought you were cute.
Thank you.
And then two, it's really important for me to have someone that is religious. And so on your page, it said something about not only having a relationship with God, but also someone that wants to know God. And that was what stood out for me more than any other page, I guess.
Okay.
Because people go to church and they listen to worship songs and they say they have a relationship with God, but I think that knowing God and who he is the extra step that a lot of people don't get to in their faith. Yeah. So that's what puts you at the top.
Yes. No, I love that too. And I think for me, I was a little hesitant at first too, because so Amanda is a single parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she has an amazing, beautiful 6-year-old daughter. And I never really thought about dating anyone with a kid before. It wasn't really something that was ever on my mind, and then we started talking.
You weren't like, yeah, I'm in moms. That's
yeah.
my thing.
Yes.
No?
Huh?
You're like, yeah, moms are hot. That's
well,
cool.
I'm into moms because you're a mom.
Now you're into moms.
But yeah, and then it was just kind of I don't know how this would work, but we were both really into each other, and so we kind of were like, well, let's just try it and see what happens.
I remember texting one time and you were like, have you ever dated someone in a wheelchair? And it's how many times do you ask that question? And the answer is yes.
Right. Yeah.
And then I asked, well, have you ever dated someone with a kid? And you're like, well, no. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Uncharted territory for both of us, so.
Yeah. And I think it's cool because we both were willing to take that step to try it out.
Yeah, just try, see what happens.
Not knowing, how it would actually go. So what do we do for our first date?
I just remember I literally wore a tank top and leggings. I think the night before that week we had a whole conversation about the different types of sauces at Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Because there was one that I never knew was there that you told me about.
And my favorite's the honey roasted barbecue. And he'd never tried Chick-fil-A sauce. And I'm like, you're not living, dude.
Yeah.
So I just brought over Chick-fil-A one day after work, and I sat in my t-shirt and leggings, and we had Chick-fil-A, and then we played, what game was that?
It was the
intimacy game.
Yeah.
And we just sat and talked for like 4 hours.
Yeah,
it was... And it's not on there, but our first kiss was a card that said, describe our first kiss. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna be smooth. And so I was like, all right, hold on. And then I just went up to you and I kissed you.
I remember.
And then it was like right here too.
Yeah, literally.
And then I was like, describe our first kiss.
And I had to describe it on the spot. Yeah, so it was fun. For me, our first date was probably like one of the best dates I've ever been on in my life. Conversation just flowed. There was no awkward moments or awkward silences. And then the next thing we know, it was like 4 hours later. So I'd say it's pretty good first date.
Yeah.
And after that.
Very comfortable.
Yeah. What do you like most about each other? Best quality? I'll go first because I already know what yours is.
Okay.
So I think her best quality, she has many good qualities. But one of my favorites is her ability to communicate. She's a great communicator, so she'll always let me know like what's going on. That makes it easier for me because if she tells me, how she's feeling, then I know, and then I can help. So I really appreciate that. You're a great communicator.
I really do try to be a good communicator, and I think I'm a good communicator. So the fact that you're communicating,
that you are a good communicator,
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Probably another thing that like sets you apart is like that home feeling that I get when I'm with you. I don't feel that, like, I haven't always felt that with everyone. Even like my last boyfriend, I didn't feel that home feeling with you.
Yeah.
And like, it was our second date when we were just like laying down, and like, I was just like, this is home. Like the second time we hung out, I like knew it was home.
Yeah, I love that. These are some deep, intimate questions, y'all. So get ready. When was the moment you realized you'd fallen for each other?
I don't think there was one like defining moment.
Yeah.
It was just like, and especially like the way you talked about Adrian before you met her, like that's super important for me as a single mom. Like, I want someone that's going to love me, but also love my kid.
Yeah.
And not view them as baggage or like something that they have to deal with.
Right. Yeah.
Or like, even, I think it was just like last week or something. And I told my mom and my sisters, and I was like, it was so cute what he said. When you were like, oh, next time, like, oh, I want to go do this with Adrian next time we have her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom, on my heart.
We're on the same page about so many things, and we have a lot of like similar values and stuff, and that's very important to me.
Same sense of humor.
Yeah, we both have like a dark sense of humor, but that definitely like stands out to me and attracts me to you because you have what I look for in someone else. So, yeah. What's our favorite thing to do together?
I like to cuddle.
Cuddle?
Yeah, I like my home feeling when we're cuddling.
Okay. Mine's a different answer.
Does that count?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like to go get food with you and try new food places.
Yeah, I do like... I like trying new food places, but also, like, I like how, like, your self-proclaimed foodie-ness of you, like, is like, oh, record my reaction.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, it I know it's something that you love, so, like, the fact that, like, I'm kind of included in...
Part of it?
In part of it, like...
Yeah.
It makes you happy, so it makes me happy.
It's fun. I love food. And I love trying new things, so I'm glad that that's something we can do together. Something that this injury did not take from me.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. What is, like, our favorite restaurant or favorite kind of food? You answer first.
What's my favorite restaurant?
Solida.
It's a Mexican
restaurant. So, yeah, Mexican.
In Orange County.
Yeah. I'd say I don't have a favorite restaurant, but my favorite kind of food is barbecue. And you like barbecue, so that's good.
I do like barbecue, yeah.
That is very important. Funniest thing we disagree about.
Okay, I told him he couldn't answer this before, so I wanted us to say it at the same time to see if we would have the same answer.
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready? Okay, so funniest thing we disagree about. 1, 2, 3.
Christmas
Chinese
music.
food. Oh.
That's where I went.
You went to Christmas music?
Yeah. But, yeah. All right. So really quick, she will eat Chinese food leftovers cold, which I think is really weird.
It's not weird. It's
And
good.
when it's December, she doesn't like to listen to Christmas music till Christmas Eve. Or a few days before Christmas.
Yeah, a few days before Christmas. Like, glass of wine, watching a Christmas movie, wrapping presents, cool. But like, when I'm at the doctor's office and it's Christmas music, and I'm at Target and it's freaking Christmas music,
and
I don't
the holidays.
care. I love the holidays. Like, you know, I get all into it.
Yeah.
But like Christmas music, Christmas, and that's it. Sorry.
So I feel like the month of December, I am listening to Christmas music the whole month. When I drive, when I watch movies, Christmas lights. But yeah, so.
No.
That's okay though.
If money was no object, where would you go to dinner and what would you order?
I would go to
Heritage.
Heritage Barbecue's good, but a place even more expensive. I feel
Bari.
like I go to
No?
Morton Steakhouse and get filet mignon.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, just Solita.
Yeah,
I
Solita.
love my Solita.
Yeah.
If money were no object, I'd probably get like a coupon for like salsa for life.
Yeah.
From there, whatever that costs, I will pay it.
They do have the best salsa I've ever had.
Best salsa in the world.
Greatest challenges in a relationship. So I think the obvious is me being in a wheelchair and not being able to do a lot of physical things. And for me being the guy and not being able to do the physical things is frustrating. I think on both, a little bit on both ends. Because
you wouldn't open the car door for me.
I'm so sorry. You have to open it for me.
Rude.
But yeah, like there's things that I want to do for her that I can't do.
So honestly, I don't even think I've told you this before. I was telling your mom a couple weeks ago, but one of the biggest challenges initially was because like I'm not like, as much as I'm like bubbly and outgoing, I don't like all eyes on me.
Yeah.
And so like our first couple dates were just here.
Right. Yeah.
Like with Chick-fil-A, and then we went and picked up El Torito and like just sat in bed and watched a movie. You get looked. Yeah,
for sure.
And so like that was something that I was really concerned about. And I was like, all right, well, let's go to the Angels game, see if I can hang.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's when I knew that I'd fallen for you. But like I was not paying attention to anyone else at all. Like I didn't notice a single person look at us. Yeah, and even still, like I notice it a little now. Sometimes, like I saw a little girl looking, and I'm like, what?
Kids are more obvious than like adults, and I'm just used to it, so I don't even. It doesn't bother me.
But it didn't faze me like I thought it would.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. Dating someone with a kid, it didn't affect me how I thought it would. It was just easier. How did you think it would affect you? I don't know. It's just I had never thought about being kind of like a step parent before, I guess, and so then like once we started dating and I was like, okay, let's just try it, see what happens. And then it just was like, I guess I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't what I thought. It was better. Everything was like just smooth.
And she's really easy to like get along with and have fun with, and
yeah, she has a really awesome personality from her mama.
She got it from her mama. So what is a hobby you'd like to try that you haven't told the other about yet? And so,
good question.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
So I mentioned it. I don't know I think it was at Christmas or something, but Levi was like, "Oh yeah, I'd be down." Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
I forgot. I remember, but I forgot.
I really want to take like a masseuse class.
Oh, okay.
Like just for fun.
Yeah.
Kind of learn some technique and like I don't know. I just that's just always something that I've been like, oh, that'd be fun to try.
Yeah.
And his brother Levi was like, yeah, let's go do it.
All right, I would have never guessed that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, a hobby that I'd like to try that I haven't tried. I'm gonna say stuff that I've like tried a few times that I like that I would like to do more.
Okay.
Recently, I got back into gaming like adaptive gaming, and that's something I grew up playing video games, and then when I broke my neck and lost my finger function, I didn't play for like 8 years, and then Microsoft created a controller that allowed people with limited hand mobility to game again, and so I kind of just been experimenting with that lately. It's been really fun, but also adaptive cooking. Because I love food, I've always been interested in doing adaptive cooking after my injury, but I've done it a few times, but not really a lot.
I feel like that would be something that like would be worth it to invest in, because like I like cooking too, and like honestly, like one of my favorite like date ideas is like cooking dinner together.
Yeah, and like we could do it with like Adrian.
Yeah,
like she could help out. Like, I could do what I can do, and what I can't do, she could help.
She loves helping too.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so we have just a few more questions just regarding me finishing school and kind of like my future plans. I mean, for those of you that didn't see my previous video, I just graduated with my master's in counseling. So my next goal is to start working and then getting hours and work towards licensure. I'm not sure exactly like where I'm going to end up or where I'm going to work. Hopefully I'll be figuring that out in the next few months. Right now I'm kind of just taking a break off. I've been in school straight out of high school for the past 9 years. So I'm ready for like a little mental break. But in the meantime, I'm going to be looking at places to apply to. Someone asked in the comments if I am going to be going for my doctorate.
No, that was me. Because someone called you like they said Dr. Colley, that has a nice ring to it. So like that was my question.
Yeah.
Would you ever, like, is that you're just like, nah.
Right now I have
my brain hurts with my master's, so let's just stick with master's.
I have zero desire right now to get a doctorate.
Okay.
2 reasons, just because, or one is I'm just tired of school, and two is a doctorate is like it's a lot of research and like gathering data, breaking it down, analyzing it, and that is just not me. I'm not a researcher. Like, I like to go out and do the stuff, but I don't like to like write about it and gather information. So right now, not super interested in a doctorate, but who knows? I never planned on going to college, and here I am with a master's now. So I'll never say never, but I want to start working, just like start getting field experience. I'm tired of reading out of textbooks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What was most challenging about attending college with a disability?
That is a good question. I'd say, for me personally, I had great experience at my college as far as accessibility. The hardest thing for me was just not having hand function, and just like every semester having to find a new person in class to help me take notes. I couldn't take notes, and I couldn't do exams, so I have to go to this like disability student services center, and then they would give me a scribe that would like bubble in the answers for me. And it's funny because it's like, maybe just to some person that might just seem small or not a big deal, but for me it was just like the little things are like usually bigger deals than the bigger things. And just the fact that like I couldn't take my own notes, or I couldn't organize my own backpack and grab a folder for one class and then go to the next class, grab out the other folder and just like set up my desk kind of thing. Like those little like kind of tedious things kind of those are more challenging for me than parking or like finding a place in a classroom to sit. I don't know, but yeah.
That's funny because that's stuff that like isn't even a question to me.
Yeah.
It's like teacher says, all right, take out your folder, and Zach's like,
I'm like, I have to be like, hey,
can someone grab this for me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that was probably the hardest thing, but I have zero regret about going to college, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this accomplishment. But yeah, this is kind of a longer video, so I'd say this is a good ending point.
Okay.
But if you guys would love to see future videos with Amanda, comment what you would like to see, because we'd love to record some videos for y'all.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. All right, y'all. See you in the next video.